I gotta say, I feel like I've been in another planet for the last, well, up until last year. We were watching the Jets avidly, and then they had that incredible those 2 years where they went to the playoffs with Rex Ryan, and then I kind of lost touch. I know that's when I met my wife, and I just got very sidetracked and moved to Brazil,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
followed football, but I didn't really like have a passion following for the Jets until and I thought it was kind of dead in me.
You have
Anything
to
goes.
understand something, Works. There's one great caveat to a team not winning or even getting to the Super Bowl for 53 years. Okay. The caveat is that hope springs eternal. And
Right.
Zach Wilson, Robert Saleh, Joe Douglas have given us hope. And let's be honest, if you look at the Jets universe right now, especially online, there's a lot of hope, a lot of excitement, a
That's
lot
true.
of energy. And the
Yeah.
last time you and I followed, the last time we followed the Jets, they were in the AFC Championship game 2 years in a row. And it was an
Yeah.
incredible ride. And we're trying to re-experience that. And I think we all believe in the Jets universe that it's possible again.
But maybe we should go back because, when you mentioned they had two championship seasons,
Yeah.
and then what happened the next year? And like, what happened?
Well, I think a lot of things happened. I think we realized what Mark Sanchez really was, which was a average quarterback. You know, I think guys got old. The offensive line started to slowly.
Okay. That's
I
probably a
mean, we
big
still had
factor.
DeBrickashaw and Nick Mangold for a little bit, but we had reached our peak there.
Yeah.
The defense was never going to be the same once Sione Puha was gone. My favorite,
Right.
Mike DeVito. Who do we have? We had Calvin Pace back then. Of course, Darrell
Yeah.
Revis was getting older.
Right. So they
Antonio
aged.
Cromartie. They aged. They aged out. Their offense was never really spectacular under Rex Ryan. We had a really strong running game, a great offensive line. And Mark Sanchez, they kind of carried him, the defense and the experienced running game. So by 2013, Sanchez is gone. We're on to Geno Smith, right? Mike Tannenbaum is gone. It's John Itzik as the GM. So he drafts Geno in the second round. That fails, that experiment, for 2 years. Then we get the Mike McCagnon era, right? And we did have that one really good year with Ryan Fitzpatrick, right? But he's an older quarterback. We had Eric Decker, we had Brandon Marshall at wide receiver. So we had like this rebirth for a quick year, for a quick sec. And then that was gone. And
Mm.
and then and then who did McCagnon bring in? His draft pick when the Geno Smith thing had failed, which wasn't his guy, was Sam Darnold. And
Yeah.
Darnold, we gave him 3 years. That obviously didn't work out. We missed out on Lamar Jackson.
Why
and
was he drafted after Sam Darnold?
well, he was drafted, I think, 30th at the end of the first round, right?
Ugh.
I mean, that was the year we just missed it, right? We missed Lamar and we missed Josh Allen. I mean, that was the draft. We could have
These
drafted
guys
Josh Allen. Come on.
was just that good. I mean, they were a top 4 defense for years. And I guess there's no one thing that happened except Sione Puha retiring, maybe, but
He was
they
my
just
favorite.
they kind of decayed, they aged, and so it strikes me that the GMs were not able to pick up talent in the drafts or free agency for about 8 or 9 years.
That's what's so ridiculous is how little talent we really draft